Basketball.
It's time to strap in and get ready. The Insight NBA team is in the arena, bringing you the ultimate play-by-play on who's hot and who's not to help you win your leagues and dominate your mates. You're now hooping with your hosts, Matty G, Skiddy, and Mally for the Insight NBA show.
The most glorious Mo in all of fantasy basketball, one Jake Skidmore. Skiddy is riding with me tonight in the Insight NBA show. G'day, we are your hosts. I am Matty G, and this is Skiddy. How are you, mate?
That is right, mate. Yeah, going well. Good first week of fantasy basketball, if you ask me. So a few leagues that I'm in. I'm more devoted to a couple than I am to certain other ones. I've got a nice 8-1 in one of my leagues, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful way to start off with in a 9-cutter. So, absolutely taking the piss there. And then shout out to my boy Basso, who I tied with on rebounds. So a 4-4-1 to start off in another one. How about you, mate?
Yeah, look, I won a few. I won quite a lot, actually. I lost a couple where Emmanuel quickly did me over for just getting that pelvic contusion. So Quickers, Nesquik went out, and then in the same one, I've got Nesquik.
Chocolate strawberry. Or banana.
Oh, banana.
Okay.
Yeah, Nesquickers did me in, and Lowry Marketing only have. I picked up Lowry in quite a few leagues because he dropped into the third round, and I'm like, Jesus, got to take him in the third. So where I had Lowry, where I had like the pattern that I noticed is definitely that first week anxiety that I spoke about with those teams for we're only playing 2 games in the first week, like the Miami Heat, if you had, but like the New York Knicks, Jalen Brunson I have. So I've got literally Brunson, Quickly, and Marketing in one team. And all of those guys played 2 games, and all of my opponents had 3 guys at their best, which basically meant I was like well down where I should be in those leagues. Pulled off a win in Champions League, even with Trey Murphy. Like on my sideline, which was probably the nicest win of the week, mate, over in the Ball Page League. But mate, we were talking about starts, and you were talking that you just got up, you got beaten today by Dyson Daniels. Hasn't he been?
Really? Yeah, Dyson's been absolutely fantastic. And I remember I was looking at it and I'm going, why has he got so many goddamn rebounds? What is going on here? And I reckon he single-handedly almost got my mate being able to tie and win the steals category for me this week, because he was sensational on the steals. But gee, that's what we do. And one of the main things that we say about fantasy basketball, especially in week 1, is do not overreact to week 1. It doesn't matter how much you win by. It doesn't matter how much you lose by.
Or if you're really bad, Skiddy. Or if you're really, really bad, completely panic and sell everything right now. No, don't do that. Just listen to the show. Listen to the show more. That'll help.
Damn straight. But, there's been some guys where you've been like, oh, yeah. Like, mate, I'll tell you, this week I nearly rage traded D'Anthony Melton out, and thank God I held him, because now Steph Curry, we know, has done 2 ankle sprains on the same ankle. And that means, I don't know about you, but that means a bigger role for Podziemski, Melton, and probably Buddy Hield.
And this is what this show is all about tonight. We are going to break down some of these guys and where they're at. And look, I'll bring up the Yahoo one right now as we look. We'll look at for pods, because I tell you now, he's been added in a lot of leagues. Guys are also really having ripper first weeks and their limited amount of action. Scottie Pippen Jr. has been the most added player. He is up 8% from only 7% rostered. For example, over on Yahoo, he has been absolutely scintillating. The 12 assists, the 4 assists, and the 3 out of nowhere. Doing the steals is what he does. If you're punting turnovers, that bloke there is absolutely on. We're going to get down. Pods is going to be absolutely added. D'Anthony Melton is also going to be added. Here we go. Let me type him in. You were talking about other guys who are absolutely hot starts right now, mate. Let's. Yeah,
let me just say this while you're going on with like the Yahoo guys as well. Some names I've noticed. Jovic is obviously starting in Miami, so he could definitely be one after the 2-game week. Christian Braun is starting in Denver. He's up as well. Schroeder, after the massive game today, he's now up. He's now up again. But ones that I wanted to bring up, G, especially because it's one of the ones that I nailed on the head. Jordan Hawkins in New Orleans. As soon as DeJounte Murray went down, I picked up Hawkins, and he's gone, 20 points, 17 and 7. He's getting the points, the threes, and the rebounds. Mate, stoked with that.
Now, let me also be clear on this one. Here's one of the guys that I'm right there with you. He was an absolute must add. And I'm just going to type in to see where he's at because he is available in some leagues. Let me just type it in. Let me get his name on Yahoo leagues. Jordan Hawkins has been snapped up and he has gone up. He has now gone 9% up in the last day. Now he's only 25% rostered. Now, when we talk about these things, we talk about don't go bother looking for a dude on your waiver wires and Yahoo leagues if they're plus 70%. So for a guy to be 25% rostered means he's probably likely gone in 14 teamers, 12 teamers, you have a chance. 10 teamers, you're down. And Skiddy's bang on. The assists, the rebounds have been the most impressive thing. 7 rebounds out of this, 5 rebounds, 7. You're not going to get a lot of steals or blocks or peripherals, but he's going to be knocking you down a great clip from the free throw line, getting you threes and getting you points, which that volume of points, mate, can be really hard to come by, Skiddy.
Bloody oath, that is one of the big ones there. I think he's an absolute snag going around there. And then the only other guy that I really see providing those points, I mean, Andrew Wiggins was pretty bloody good today, especially when Steph went down. Sohan was all right as well. Yep. Still hate Abaji. But, and then Koulibaly, he's rostered in 20% of leagues. What are we doing? How is Koulibaly, the West Coast cooler, still only in 20% rostered?
East Coast cooler. He's the East Coast cooler. In fact, I've also got one for you as well. Oh, yeah. I'm very surprised to see this. I don't know if I should talk about. Should I talk about? Is the first rule of industry?
To give it, no, you do it. You always help the viewers.
Do I do this on my? Do I bring this up? I got in trouble for this on another pod for being a guest. Okay. I did. All right, I'll do it. So I'm in one of the industry pickup leagues. I've literally just opened it up here. I'm in one of the industry pickup leagues. This is one of the ones where I'll put it to the 2-person. Here we go. And I'll go present, and then I'll go share screen, and I'll bring it up. Here we go. Here's the window. This is my roster in my team in an industry pickup league. Now, this is sweaty. Shout out to friends of the show like Dan Titus, who are in there with us in this one. Raph. Yeah, Raph, you can see like a whole bunch of my teams on Fantrax right here and in my World Cup team. I'm going to do this one right now because this is a bid league. Now,
Middleton and Porzingis, God dang.
No. I think this was the fantasy. This was the dynasty league last night. That was my fantasy team. Here we go. This one, industry pickup snake. Jordan Hawkins is still available. I don't know why, but I need a shooting guard. Look at this. I need a shooting guard. And I saw Hawkins on the wire. I'll reconnect you, bastard. Here we go. For you, Skiddy, because I think that is an absolutely good shout. I believe he was still available. I'm going to put a bit there he is. Jordan Hawkins. How much should I've got $998. I think I bought someone for a buck. It
depends how long DeJounte Murray is out for, because he's going to be valuable as long as DeJounte is out.
I'm going to throw a cheeky $8 on there. I'm going to throw it, and I'm going to submit my claim for him. And I'm going to put him to active straight away. And sorry, but I'm unable. What? Of course, your team.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Oh, no, it's fine. I can do that. I got to continue to drop someone. This is the thing, though. I've got to see who am I going to drop for it. Who am I going to drop?
These are the type of players where I look at and I go, I don't understand how they're not rostered in more leagues. Like even Dyson Daniels is at 61%. Like that's got me stuffed. He should definitely be, because of the amount of steals that he's been able to generate. Like Caruso's in more than him. Like Dyson Daniels should be in more than Caruso comfortably, I believe personally. But that's just the way that I'm saying it. Obviously, my main thing's 12. Even like Looney was pretty bloody good today. But it's up in the air. It's good to see that people are starting to fade as well on Terrence Mann, because Clippers are obviously fading on him as well.
Oh, 100%. He's been dropped in so many leagues today. And look,
Chris Dunn, though, baby. Oh, stocks are rising on Chris Dunn.
He is absolutely stocks driving. Chris Dunn is going to get a lot of work out with that Clippers team. And this is the thing as well, KPJ, like he's going to come under the radar at some point. Also, blistering performance to start the year off. Hats off. I know that I was on this one. I know that you were on this one. I know Mally from Insight NBA was really high on this one. We all loved Zubac. By the way, I'm dropping Sam Hauser and adding Hawkins in the interim.
Yeah,
right there.
Piss shit Hauser off. Been good.
Yeah, he's done. Oh, you know what? No, I am going to keep him. He's been good. You know who I am going to do? I'm actually going to do this. I didn't want to do this, but I will. I am going to drop. No, go away. Cancel.
I am going to game time tomorrow, by the way, against Milwaukee.
I am going to drop Keon Ellis. I'm going to drop Keon Ellis because can I just say that has been absolutely disappointing. 0 minutes the other day versus the Lakers, mate. Mike Brown hasn't rolled this guy out there. Kevin Huerter, who went undrafted. If you're in a league where Kevin Huerter was drafted, mate, I have no idea.
You told me at the start of the year, you told me there's no way that Kevin Huerter starts over Keon Ellis. And I told you, they need the shooting. What did they do? They started him. He was injured and they still started him over Ellis because they don't need Ellis. They need Huerter's shooting. It's elementary, my dear Watson. And I'm so glad that I was able to, actually, after the first game, I was like, God damn it, why the hell did I pick Kevin Huerter? But now I'm like, okay, Kevin Huerter and his little ring of hair with his headband, which I really like. Yeah, I'm starting to get back on board with Kevin Huerter.
Yeah, with the Fanta boy, with orange MacGuffin over there. No, look, he's been getting the start. He's played okay. He just looks very tired. Kevin Huerter looks very tired of people talking fantasy shit about him.
He didn't have preseason, in fairness. So that is fine for Kevin Huerter. He'll get back into it pretty comfortably, I reckon.
Now, you had before, we were looking at two different sets of data because this is what's really interesting when we talk about the hot starts of seasons and things and surprises that we see as well. So you had a look over the Basketball Monster top 16 and their player rankings on their free site. You can go over there and check that out. #basketball, also a great. So we thought we'd compare. Will you run us through the top 16 players in Monster? I will do #basketball. And this is both a 9-cat. So we can see there where different analysts or different people hold different weights and we can see some changes. But let's see what strikes out. So let's go one for one. You go number one on who's number one on Monster, and then I'll go #, and then we'll talk about these rankings and see the shifts because there's going to be a few names that we early identify, Skiddy, as these are, there might be some sell highs in here.
Yep.
And that's really important because early one for those overreacting people, mate, like you agree, the opposite of this being calm is the overreactor who you could probably, get some value from.
Yeah, 100% couldn't agree more with you there, G. So I'm going on the Basketball Monster. Shout out to friend of the show, Josh Lloyd. You're an absolute legend. Love what he does over on Locked On. Going off of that, number one, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And I think that's pretty bang on the money in his 3 games.
Yeah, 100%. And shout out over to Joseph over on #basketball as well, friend of the show. We love our these two blokes. Shai, number one there as well. I'll go with my number 2 that's on #site. They've got Nikola Jokic after his massive triple-double. Huge effort.
Yeah, it was a great game, wasn't it? And a couple of those that they're 0-2, But they've got Anthony Davis number 2 and then Nikola Jokic number 3.
Yeah, that's absolutely massive. Now, I know this bloke isn't in there right now, and I know he's ranked the 73rd right now on #basketball, but he had an absolutely massive, massive game today. He wasn't playing well before this one, but Tyrese Maxey today. Oh, yeah. Absolutely huge. These are the guys, we talked about the 40-minute club earlier on in the year and what guys could be getting up there. And so this is where we can start to see some trends. Guys who are 40 minutes plus through the first week of the NBA, there's only 3 guys. The name that stands out on this one, Skiddy, and we'll come back to our list in a second, is Kevin Durant at 40.5 minutes on his old body. But the other two, DeMar DeRozan's just under 39.9. But Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray is the second most at 41, but Tyrese Maxey today after his huge match, we just wanted to give him a bit of a shout out right there, to be fair to Tyrese Maxey, because, absolutely massive. My number 2 here, by the way, on # is Jokic. Your number 2 there?
Yeah, Anthony Davis and then Jokic at 3.
Yeah, this is just flipped around. This is what I was saying the whole time about. I was a very big proponent of draft Jokic number 1. But just draft Jokic number 1 and you deal with it later. Wemby is sexy. And I only in the last league that I was in and I had the first pick, did I cave and I took Wemby at number 1. Because Jokic is still Jokic. He does what he does. Yep. It's incredible. This is it. Now, look, there'll be moments that Wemby creeps into contention. He wasn't that guy last year. I don't know what we expect in his prime Jokic, apart from being one of the best players. And I'm always happy with that. Anthony Davis, look, loving this from AD. He is the only, he's even hitting a couple threes out there and stretching the floor, but it's his only weakness currently in fantasy is that he's hitting less than a 3 a game, but he's showing the willingness. Everything else has been elite. Number 4 here, LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, I got Jason Tatum here. So Tatum's going 33. He's been unbelievable. And honestly, he's only playing a half because he's smacking him in a half and then plays like he played really hard at the end of that Detroit game. But Mike, he's not really breaking a sweat in the second half of games. Jaylen Brown's doing it. They're kind of just alternating. And Tatum's been unbelievably good. So if you drafted Tatum at 8, 9, you'd be absolutely laughing because the only thing that's killing him, surprisingly, is his free throws.
His free throws
been shit house on big volume.
Yeah, he's at 6 a game attempts right now, and he's shooting 667. So he's hitting basically 4 of 6. He's hitting the Devils number. Shout out the Devil, but he is league leading the NBA in 3 points made, 5.7 a game, 33 points as well. That's absolutely huge. It's good for 3rd best overall. And Luka, who's 10th ranked right now, is 4, but Anthony Davis is currently the league leader in points per game at 34. So for all those guys like me who love that, I know that I traded for, in that league where I just added Jordan Hawkins, I traded for Anthony Davis during the draft for Tyrese Halliburton, who had a stinker to start off with and came good, but that seems to be possibly reaping rewards right now. Number 4 on hashtag is LaMelo Ball. 5 is Trae Young, and 6 is Chet Holmgren before catching up to your Jason Tatum there at number 7. Who are yours there, mate?
So 4, we've got Tatum. 5, we've got Chet Holmgren, who's only gone down for the threes and the free throw percentage, which is worse than Tatum's. For 6, unbelievably, is Jordan Poole, Matty G. I see it, but I honestly don't believe it. And you're going to ask me, Skiddy, how is Jordan Poole the 6th ranked player? Well, Jay, that's because he's averaging 3.5 steals, and there's no goddamn fucking way that Jordan Poole is going to continue doing 3.5 steals. But either way, that's where he is right now. Number 7 is Domantas Sabonis. And Sabonis is obviously playing a shitload. More threes, which is nice out of Sabonis, but less boards. Can definitely see that kind of balance out a little bit for Domas.
And where Domas hurts you as well is only right now on his turnovers 3 a game and his free throw percentage. He is at 765. But the thing with him is which is up, but he's also getting to the line 8.5 times a game right now, which is a lot of volume. So when we're talking about someone like that, it really hurts you. You've got Trae Young getting to the line 12 times a game and hitting them at 11 at an 892 clip, which is absolutely elite. So this is where we talk about these volume guys. And this is why we're surprised when it's like even Chet Holmgren's getting to the line more than Tatum right now. But those guys at 6 or more over, if you put that in the course of a week, it really can bring you down. Look, this is 8. It's Domas. It's Poole at 9. Luka at 10. Mobley at 11. This is big time Mobley. As a Cavs fan, you've got to be happy that he's top 12 right now.
Absolutely love it, mate. I grabbed Mobley in a couple of drafts. We heard about the usage going up, and he's made a couple of shocking turnovers, and that's honestly been his downfall. Other than that, he's been unbelievably good. For Basketball Monster, 8 is Luka, 9 is LaMelo. LaMelo is down purely because of his turnovers, where he's averaging almost 6 a game. If you take that out, he's taking the piss. Mobley at 10, Jared Allen at 11, and then CJ McCollum is at 12, which I am just out of my mind on, G. But either way, I just want to quickly touch on the Allen Mobley. They're both averaging 2.3 blocks per game. Mobley more steals, rebounds, threes, assists. But Jared Allen's field goal percentage, obviously, it's going to come down because it's currently at 83%.
Yeah, absolutely massive. He's
10 the other day.
Now he's taking the piss. Now this is what I'm gonna preface this right now. And Skiddy and Dead and Dead to my rights. Dead to my rights. You know how much I love Jared Allen. You know I'm a massive Allen fan. Yeah, fucking sell the dude right now. Sell him right now, as well as this bloke who's 12 on #basketball. This is turning into the weekly show that we're going to have from next Monday. The sell high, sell high, buy low show. Sell the fucking sell Franz Wagner right now, because there is no way that Franz Wagner, who is currently ranked 12. Now I know Horse got him for a trade for peanuts for Tobias Harris. Everyone says that's fair. I was scratching my head. I was like, no, that's not fair. I didn't see it as an even trade. I saw it as him getting a massive win, because this is why. Because Franz Wagner was going to be better than he was last year. I love this for Horse. Loved it. But he is no way the 12th best basketball player in fantasy. And he is hurting you nowhere right now, apart from his blocks, which you're not looking for him for, and his turnovers. Like those are he does hurt you there. His rebounds at 5.7 average. But he is not hitting 53% for the floor for this year. And this free throw number is massive. It's 918. So that's brilliant. 3 threes, 25 points. You'll love this. Sell high on Franz Wagner is my first part of advice there, Skiddy.
Agreed. He in the top 16 that we were bringing up to. So on Basketball Monster, Trae Young's 13, Cam Thomas 14, Klay Thompson's 15, Franz Wagner's 16. Franz, Klay, Cam Thomas, Jared Allen, and Jordan Poole, CJ McCollum. They're the ones that you'd be looking at selling very, very high right now. If there is someone that you could be like, hey, look, Jordan Poole is currently 6th best player in fantasy basketball right now, and you get someone, stupidly high back, like, fuck, if I could trade Jordan Poole for Steph Curry, I would absolutely be pissing myself laughing. But this is where
you could probably do that with Steph's injury. You could probably get away with that with Steph's injury, to be fair. Can I also just say, this is not, I think you said the 3.5 steals for Jordan Poole was the most alarming thing because of defensive numbers, and that can't be sustainable.
I guess also 50% from the field.
50% from the field is the other thing that I just want to be like, okay. But the fact is, in a couple of games, the blokes only grabbed like 1 rebound a game. I'm actually the most surprised by it. I'm like, even if you sneeze, the ball can just land in your general direction. But this is the interesting thing, though. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be aggregated, and someone might tweet this out. I actually think that Jordan Poole could be one of the top 5 players in fantasy basketball right now. I actually might go as far as to say that he could be, hear me out, top 3. If, in fact, he was playing at the same volume that he's playing at right now, if you took these averages and put them out for higher minutes, because of all of the players that are within the top 16 players you're talking about, the player who is playing the least minutes per game is Jared Allen. Is Poole. Jared Allen is just outside. Jared Allen is just outside that. The top 12 players, the first round of players. It's Jordan Poole at 28 minutes a night.
Yep.
Now, Jared is just outside that. He's 27.5 minutes a night. Like, that's the fact that Allen is doing that in that amount of time is fantastic. Well, Mobley is only at 30 minutes a night. This is bloody fan. This is 28 minutes a night for Jordan Poole. If these averages were the same and you bump that up to like 32 minutes, 3 minutes, you'd be absolutely, we're talking numbers here that rival LaMelo and Trae Young type numbers on higher percentages. Like, it's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, I can see that, but also too, you got to remember that he plays for the fucking Washington Wizards and they've been blown out. So obviously they're just not going to play him when he's in a blowout. And who's to say that he might shoot worse? So you just don't know. I don't think there's any chance that he can get to top 3. He won't keep any of this up, and he's gone. So
there's no chance.
That's how I say it. Just enjoy the ride while you can. Remember, we took him around 90, so we'll take any kind of positivity that goes there. Other guys that I'm looking at, that I'm just going to quickly rail off that I feel like you can sell high on if you really want to do that. Clay's obviously one. He's shooting 5.5 threes with 2 steals. Jeremy Grant's averaging 26 points per game. That's a red flag.
Oh, massive sell high. Massive sell high on Jeremy Grant. Huge opportunity too. Yep.
DeAndre Hunter, if you pick him up and you can get him for anyone, you'd pretty much take it. Reeves at 31 is probably a bit high, but, he can do some shit here and there, so that's not too bad. Jaren Jackson's back, so Santi Aldama can piss off. Christian Braun is currently 36th, which is unbelievable, but that's because he's doing, pretty well blocks-wise for a guard at 2 blocks per game and 1.5 steals, so not too bad there. Okongwu, he's been really, really good, but probably a little bit high. Dyson Daniels, Jalen Green's going really nicely, Terry Rozier. They're the guys that I'm looking at in this range. If you can get them for, top 70 type players, yeah, you probably take it.
I had one of my big things the other day that I had another incident from Skiddy last year. I like to call it, I pulled another Skiddy where I was on the waiver wire in between things at school working. And I tried to add him in 2 leagues at the exact same moment. And I was putting in my thing going, why could I not add him? Why could I not add Christian Braun? Because someone did the exact same second that I did. So shout out to in ball page, Yippee Kyrie motherfucker, who picked him up at the same time as me. But I did manage to swoop in and get him in another league, which I was very, very happy about. So I'll take my horses. I'll take my horses for courses where I can, and I'll get into that one.
That's beautiful, G. So I just want to quickly bring up as well, which is nice work from you. So I just want to quickly bring up, if you will refer to my beautiful whiteboard, G Wizzle. We have a quick schedule for us to say what where our back-to-backs are going for tomorrow and the day after. Always we like to create most bang for the buck. So back-to-backs.
Well, if you can't see a whiteboard, I did this, Skiddy, by the way.
Beautiful. Well, don't worry about it. Please refer to this. The back-to-backs. So we have. Well, that's not tomorrow, is it?
Well, it's today. Today, you're listening to this as it kicks in Monday, the beginning of your week, which is the Mavs, the Nuggets, the Kings, and the Jazz. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Monday has already happened, and then the Tuesday we have the Nets, the Warriors, and the Pels, which is nice. So we can have a couple of guys that we look at there. Dennis Scrotum is a bloody good one there, gee whiz, for the Brooklyn Nets for if you need one for those 2 days. Because remember, it is only a 5-day. It's 5 days, isn't it? 4 days on tomorrow, Tuesday.
Yep.
So not tomorrow, the next day. Yep. Monday, 11. So we've got a big one tomorrow, 4 the next day, 11, then 4. So they're the 2 days and then the Sunday are the days that we really want to target there. So we need to have a look if there's any teams that do hit that Tuesday, Thursday. They're the 2 shots that we want to hit there, G Wiz. We have the Dallas Mavericks are the team that we want to be able to target there, and also the Utah Jazz. They're the 2 teams that have that Tuesday, Thursday games where the 2 lower volume games are as well. So, and then Dallas also play that Sunday. So we hit the 3 quality games for the Dallas Mavericks on there. So PJ Washington, if he's around, bada bing, bada boom. We are
look, and look, if for some reason, if you are in a 10-team league, you may have the opportunity to pick up a Gafford or a Lively. Maybe hit one of those guys are floating around. Maybe just take a look, because obviously in a shower league, there's this much deeper pool. No chance of that happening in a 14-teamer or a 16-teamer. Surely.
Shit. No, I'd highly, highly doubt that, mate. You carry on while I look to see if Lively's available.
Are you in a 10-team league right now?
Yeah.
I want to see if Lively or Gafford. You actually do that real test for us live. I'm also looking probably at Najee Marshall. Marshall or Jaden Hardy could be. Is Gafford then available in that? No.
Best ones there are Hardy, Kleber, and Marshall. Oh, it's all yuck.
Yeah, that's all I'd be looking at really, is those 2 blokes to make the most out of that one. But we do have some games with 4 games a week. Now, if you can do it, there are a bunch of them. That's the Hawks, the Celtics. So guys like Peyton Pritchard and Shithauser, who we mentioned earlier on. The Nets, dudes definitely like Schroeder. Cavs, can I just say, I am loving the Ty Jerome show. I am here for it. If you need Ty Jerome, just pick him up, get some assists, get some points, low turnovers, does his job, then gets off the bloody court and frees it up for Garland, who's playing well, more so towards the end of the week than his first game, which was an absolute stinker and causing my boy Quickly to go out. So as much as I love Garland, I hate the prick right about now. You've got the Mavs, like we said, the Nugs, the Pistons, the Grizz, the Pels, the Magic, the Trailblazers, the Kings, the Raptors, and Jazz, all with 4 games this week. Who do you like in this world?
As we did say, though, Jay, if you are able to target players, though, the Mavs do have the best week this week, followed by the Pelicans and the Jazz. They're the 3 main teams to be able to stream in this week that can give you most bang for your buck.
I would agree. I would absolutely agree. I think this is where we are looking to get the most value out of it. And again, we want to attack it in specific days, like Skiddy said as well. Oh, sorry. Go on, mate.
I was going to say, what were you going to ask me just before I interrupted there with the great insight of?
No, I was going to say, like, even with guys like this in here, because he's available in a lot of leagues, I picked up Donovan Clingan to help get some blocks and peel those back, and guys maybe like Chris Boucher with the Raptors and around the peripherals there. Look, with the Sacramento Kings, Trey Lyles is getting a bunch of minutes right now. And so this is where, although we don't like them, we don't think they're sexy fantasy options, are they getting minutes? Are they getting rotation minutes? Will the matchups, if it's playing against a big team, do that for us? So let's just put them on the peripherals and see what's happening over the course of the week, because these are the teams you are going to get the most, even if they're not. Look, Nick Richards is available in leagues. Look in your 10-teamer for Nick Richards. He's available in a shit ton of leagues. I'll bring it up now on this. I'll tell you what, Nick Richards. I had a look around before, and I was like, how is this guy not absolutely swept upon by most? He was only picked up by one team yesterday in one of my comps, 25% rostered in Yahoo leagues. Yeah. Up 4% in the last
He's
day.
Available. He is available.
He's available in your league right now.
Yeah.
Take him. What are we doing? The bloke has averaged a double-double and at least 2 blocks a game his last 2 games. This is a guy that we want to bring into our lineups.
I'm not picking him up now. He doesn't play till Wednesday. Fuck that.
But then
he's got Toronto, Boston this week. I'm good. I'll let him slide through if he gets to next week, and I'll have a gander.
I will absolutely pick him up if I need a stream. And this is the thing, though. We pick him up as a streaming option. This is what we're picking him up for. We're picking them up as a streaming option.
Yeah, but also, too, like, he plays on... Okay, so he plays on the Wednesday where there's 11 games. He plays on the Friday when there's 9 games, and he plays on the Saturday when there's 10 games. There's a chance that you already have a full roster on those days anyway, so who gives a shit? He's going to be sitting on your bench.
The question then becomes, which is a great one. Okay, cool. Is he more valuable in your starting lineup for you to drop your worst player who you would have in that active lineup? And this is a guy right now who I would actually argue, bring up what his rating is there. I'll bring in what he's up over in Charlotte right now. Now, for me, I think this guy is probably playing at arguably a top 100 pace. Oh, look, hashtag actually has him at 98. So here we go. He's one of the best 100 players in fantasy basketball right now because of Mark Williams is still dead, as far as we know, and they're going to bring back his zombie corpse to life any old day now. It's going to be like one of those Marvel what if episodes. What if Mark Williams play basketball and he's going to come back up? So he's 98 over on hashtag basketball right now. You tell me what he is
97th on Basketball Monster.
So this is a top 100 player that is sitting on 75% of waiver wires. What are we doing? We add him, we roll it, we get him in, we package him with another guy, we sell high, and we make the most of our return on Nick Richards. It's that simple for me. It's pretty much like addition by subtraction. We're adding someone who was value additive into our lineup, Skiddy. We're getting rid of the worst player. For instance, I had Keon Ellis, who I liked. He didn't. Oh, he's gone. I would gladly drop that guy who's not getting any minutes and put a guy like that in, the worst player in my roster. So that's why I think it's a shout. And if he does that a couple more times, mate, sell him high. Like, just make the most of it. Like, this is what we should also use the wire for, Skiddy. And I don't think we do it enough sometimes as fantasy managers. We look at the wire for streams. We don't look at for the short term, like crypto. You buy a bunch of bloody coin real quickly, you make your bloody profit off of it, and then you ship it off and you get on to the next hot thing. I think that's what we kind of could be doing with Nick Richards about now for those guys who are looking for field goal percentage, blocks, doubles. The man's a walking unit right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same kind of thing that we do with Jordan Hawkins. It's the same thing that we'll probably do with Pajemski and Melton now. So, yeah, I couldn't agree more with you there. Just not in my 10 up, but if he's in a 12, I'll have a gander.
Yeah, it's look, get into your 12, get it where you can, and get your 15% off by our good sponsors, the Standard Squeeze. Skiddy is sipping away merrily from his 4-in-1. It's not just one; it's 4 things in one. He can put a beverage in it. It's a cooler. I have my coffee in it on the way to school this morning. Every day. That's the one you want to be picking up. Make sure you jump onto those. Give a big shout out to them, and a big shout out to our friend Ryan at Astute Newstead, especially if you're in Australia and your current home loan is above interest rate is above 6.8%. Reach out to Ryan at Astute Newstead. He can hook you up and put that dream home, even just your next family home, get you in a better financial situation. I had a mate who needed some financial advice. I actually called him up and say, look, where am I going? He's like, look, I can get you people for anything you need. Just let me know. That's the kind of bloke he is. Get onto that. Any other things we have to tick off? That's pretty much it in a nutshell, mate.
Yeah, I think you pretty much covered it all, aside from how shit Dwayne Wade's statue looks. I've got it written up on the board there.
Oh my God.
Look at my grandpa. It's horrible.
Hold on. I'm gonna put you on solo. Here we go. Solo layout, and I wish you could zoom. Where is it? Point to it.
Oh,
Dwayne Wade week.
Right there. Dwayne Wade's statue looks like my grandpa. It is a stinking one of Dwayne Wade. Come on, have some credibility to the man. Far out. He brought you 3 championships.
I'm not gonna lie. Now I'm only going to see that and see Grandpa Skiddy every single time I look at it. Here is an absolutely bloody great Christmas idea for you. Just get Grandpa Skiddy a Miami Heat Dwayne Wade jersey and get it customized to say Grandpa on the back of it. There you go. That's what you want to do. Hey, everybody, make sure you like it. You won't even know what's going on. Hey, like and subscribe to all the stuff tomorrow night, tonight, whenever you hear this pod. I've got the live coming up with Kingy. We're going to break down the stuff of the day and now some ADP battles for the crossover. That's coming up with FBI Basketball International on Tuesday night live. We do that across Australia, waking up on Tuesday morning in the US. And for all things, make sure you check out and like at Skiddy IFS. I am at MBAG Wiz, and we are Insight NBA on the Insight Podcast Network. Take care, everybody.